He's Damian Lillard, the pride of Weber State and the Portland Trailblazers. Are you watching the game tonight, Damian?
Yeah, I'll be watching it.
Okay. What do you think of my logic here of the Raptors winning this series?
I think it's very possible. To me, it's a 50-50 series. I think Golden State obviously is a championship team. They've been there, done that, and on more than one or two occasions. But I think it's without KD, without Boogie. One of the things during the regular season that we had success with against Golden State when we beat them twice was Nurk in the paint. Just offensive rebounding, him scoring on the block, demanding a double team, and I think they have something like that in Marc Gasol. And they just a really deep team. They defend and they get production from a lot of guys. So I think that could present a problem for Golden State. But Golden State is also Golden State, so I think it'll be a great series.
If you could play against Kawhi or you could play against Steph, who would you rather play against?
Both are tough. Kawhi is going to do what he does. It's going to be he's going to get a lot of touches. There's going to be a lot of ISO ball. I'm usually not matched up with him. But just defensively, he's active. He's always in the way, helping, getting his hands in there. When he's on the ball, you got to be on high alert.
Does he talk at all during a game?
To the referees, that's
it. but never, does Steph Curry talk to you?
Yeah, Steph is just easy going. Steph is just, he'll talk to you like it's not really competition out there. I'm kind of different. I'm like on the other end. I'm not angry, but I'm not very friendly. Steph is just like, I'm just playing, whatever. He'll interact with everybody.
Do you wish he was a little more competitive? Do you wish he was more like Westbrook?
Oh,
Steph.
No, I like him for who he is and what he is. He plays the game with a lot of joy and just not a lot of animosity. He has fun. I think he's effective that way. He's not too emotional about things that happen on the floor. He just plays with joy, and he's still able to go out there and do what he does at the highest level. So, I don't have a problem with it at all. I love his game.
What about Draymond? He likes to talk a little bit.
Yeah, Draymond is very vocal. But I think who he is and what he is very important for their team.
Yeah, he does the dirty work there. And I mentioned this a couple of times on the show. For Steph and the rest of that team to sort of say to Kevin Durant, hey, come on in, we'll make it your team. It's really a big sacrifice on Steph's part. Now, all of a sudden, people are going, that Steph Curry with Kevin Durant out, he's still pretty good. I'm like, he's always been great. It's just, I think that he and Draymond allowed Kevin Durant to be the star of this team. What do you think?
Well, why wouldn't you? You get a guy like Kevin Durant coming on your team. Why would you try to compete with him? This dude is probably, the best player in the league. So why would you try to compete with being the best player when he's going to make the game easier for you? He's going to take some of the workload off of you. That can add years to your career.
What's the defensive strategy against Golden State? What did you guys try to do?
For us, we wanted to limit their three-point shots. We wanted to make them play in the paint. A lot of their runs is them making a bunch of threes, getting excited, the ball movement, all that stuff. So we did a lot of switching to try to prevent threes, but they've won championships the way they have for a reason. They get to what they want to do well. I thought we did a solid job, just for most of the game. But those moments that you don't keep it up, they'll go on a run. And 3 out of the 4 games we had a 16, 17-point lead, and it slipped because we weren't able to sustain, our coverages. And, that small slip-up, could lose you a game, obviously.
What's it like, though, when they're on a run and there's nothing you could do about it?
It is something you can do about it. It's just that when it doesn't work out, it can be, largely in their favor. And that's when they're on the run, you got to you can't be discouraged. You got to keep defending. You got to stay on them. But you got to play good offense and score the ball. Make them work on their defensive end. And when you're not scoring, they just getting it off the rim and they pushing it. They got multiple guys handling the ball, multiple guys looking for shooters to set screens, and they deliver the ball. And, they great at what they do.
Drake say anything to you when you play against the Raptors?
Not really. I don't really pay attention.
He doesn't say anything to you? You'd be the guy that I'd want to try to get into your head, at least being the best player out there.
A few years ago, we was playing and he was saying little stuff to me, but I don't really too much pay attention to sideline talk.
He wants to play so badly, Damian. He wants to be in the game so bad, doesn't he?
Yeah, he had a line in one of his songs where he said sports and music is so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us. And I think that's the perfect line for him.
Would you trade places with Drake?
Would I trade places? No, I love the game of basketball too much.
Would you trade places with Jay-Z?
Probably not.
Oh, probably not. You at least thought about that one a little bit more than Drake.
Jay-Z was around, with DMX. He's been around a long time. So, maybe those experiences. But, like I said, my love for the game is too great. Just being able to play at this level and play in the time where I play in, where financially it's like, what better time to be in the NBA? Just everything about the league right now, how it's evolved in favor of the players. I don't think I would want to get us up.
It's reported a week ago that you're going to sign a 4-year Supermax deal. Where do you stand with your contract?
I'm just waiting right now. I think, obviously it's something that's most likely going to happen. And, I'm just waiting. We haven't really met about it. We haven't done anything. So we'll see.
But if I told you when you were at Weber State, I would say, hey, Damian, in around 2020, you're going to make about $45 million a year in the NBA. What would you say?
I'll be like, man, you lying. I wouldn't believe it because when I was coming out of school, in my mind, I was just like, I might have to play in the G League. I might have to, go a few years without playing, stuff like that. I was prepared for that route. And, I just kept my head down, kept doing my work, and then eventually it turned into this. But I in my mind, coming from Weber State, my coach that I trained with had it in my mind that I was going to be like more of a journeyman. I was going to have to earn my stuff in that type of way. So,
if you make a donation to Weber State, they could change it to Lillard State. They probably change the school. If you made a nice little donation there, are you interested in doing that?
The donation maybe, but I doubt any name and all that stuff.
When did you know you could play? When did you know you belonged in the NBA? Do you have one of those moments of enlightenment?
I think probably my sophomore year. My sophomore year in college.
Oh, you knew you could play in the NBA then?
Yeah.
But when did you know you could be a star in the NBA?
My rookie year. My rookie year is when I was like, that's when I really realized because people was talking about how they wasn't sure how my game would translate and all that stuff because I didn't play at like the NBA level and all that stuff. And I got in the league and I was like, man, this is, I can get jumpers, I can, manipulate my way to spots, all that stuff. So once I figured all that out, I was like, yeah, I could be one of the best.
Are you doing anything fun this summer?
I got some plans. Nothing out the ordinary. What I usually do in the summer.
Got another album coming out?
I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm going to drop some music, but I don't know if I'll do a full album.
If I said you could collaborate with anybody.
With anybody?
Yeah.
I would probably J. Cole.
Okay. Have you tried to?
I mean, I know him, but I mean, I'm a fan of his, you know. So
I'll put in a good word.
A lot of requests and all that stuff, so I don't want to do that. If it happened, it happened.
Yeah, I'll put in a good word for you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the least I can do. Yeah. Hey, congrats on the season. Have fun in the off season. Always great to check in with you, and thank you again, Damian.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, so Damian Lillard. He's number 0 to represent that journey from Oakland to Ogden, Utah, Weber State.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.